Hey guys, how y'all doing? So today we have our very first unboxing video. Ooh. Yeah. So this is going to be an unboxing of Farewell to Arms Redux. This is basically a spin-off game based on Mork Borg. So it's going to be an RPG game. It's sort of based on a kind of a weird war. I backed this months ago. I can't even remember. It must be nearly 2 years ago. And it just came. So what we're going to do is take off the shrink wrap and then we can actually look at it, because this shrink wrap is reflecting a lot of light. And we have this knife. Booker knife. Or Boker knife. Oh my god, it's readable. So, as you can see, it looks really cool. On the side here, it says Farewell to Arms Redux, a World War Mork Borg sequel hack, as they're calling it. So I'll just read this here. It says, Farewell to Arms Redux, a shell-shocked, blackened warpunk RPG where trench raids and poisonous gases are the norm. Take the war to the skies, or down your enemies in the sea. Pilot metal machines, crawlers, while dodging deadly landmines and artillery fire. Wherever you do, you're unlikely to survive. It's a Mork war. So in this, it's going to contain a 148-page core book, 12 new classes, 20 firearms and sidearms, 20 scrolls, new scrolls, voices, and more. Deadly no man's lands rules, horrific gas-related injuries, enemy and mission generators, 4 32-page campaign books, yeah, I'm doing that thing where I can't say a word. So faction-specific, that's wrong, I'm going to go on anyway, classes, infamous heavy machinery, 48 total missions, 4 campaign sticker sheets, double-sided world map, 50 character sheets. They're going to be the pad ones. Same with the squad sheets. Try fold out solo rule pamphlets. So it comes with solo rules as well, which is like kind of our thing. So it's going to make it a little easier if you ever want to play this. 4 sub-faction postcards, an exclusive metal pin. As here again, Farewell to Arms is a self-contained rules like war-sodden tabletop RPG game based on and compatible with Mork Borg. So you're going to be able to presumably easily plug your Mork Borg stuff into this. I have quite a bit of Mork Borg stuff, so if anyone wants to see more of that, I can do that. I also have some skirmish war games. They're small scale. It's called skirmish, so obviously they're small scale, but based upon Mork Borg stuff, and I love them. I think they're amazing. So if you want me to like review and look at them, I happily will. Let's open this up. Nice. You can get a good look at that. Inside we have random sponges just in a corner. Okay. We have our pin. Yeah, I don't really get the whole thing with pins, but some people like them, so that's cool. No more. Has a skull, and it seems to have like sad eyes. Sad boy. So yeah. And what's this? This is one of the... It doesn't actually say what it is. Okay. So what are these? These are for the 4 campaign books, I think. Yeah, these are 4 campaign books. So it doesn't actually say what they are. It has symbols on the back. So... Again, this is going to be an unboxing. I do have the PDFs and all this, but I haven't even looked at it, to be honest. Okay. I'm not even sure how we even play this. Again, I've literally not looked at this since I expect it. Partly because I completely forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie. You know what happens. You know what happens. So again, it doesn't actually say on the front. You have to kind of go through everything and remember what it is. So this, you can go by the art here. This has like a tank on the front. This is obviously sea and air battles. This looks like a bombing campaign with on the ground, and this is like obviously a city that's being bombed to hell. I mean, this is sort of like a World War I based type game in terms of how things are done. You have stickers. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. One for each campaign. So, and the postcards. I do kind of like postcards and stuff because it's a great way to add art into like games outside of like the books. If you wanted to, you could get like little frames and post these up on it. This has some information here. That one says she. I haven't a clue what that says because the lettering and my ability to read is not great sometimes. I get confused when I see certain types of text. I just cannot decipher it. So yeah, I probably do have something. I'm not sure what it is. I remember I was talking to my buddy Dungeon and Lexi a little bit about that. Well, I think I might have something. But yeah, hear that? I'm just looking for an excuse to not call myself an idiot, which I am an idiot. I think most people are idiots. So this is the squad pad sheet. So it's gonna have your squad name, requisitions, recruit numbers. Yeah. Like, as well, from what I understand, you're also going to have, it has this RP, and this is like, I believe it is, you'll gain, like, the ability or gain resources while you're doing a mission or campaign that you can call in, like, some sort of strike. At least that's what I remember watching this a while ago. Again, this is as new for me as it is for you guys, so. And then here's the ones for the actual characters. For me personally, I probably wouldn't use these. I don't think most people do, especially in games where you die a lot. I'd probably, if I was having a squad again, if I was call it, has events, action, aftermath, has keywords on the back, type of missions. It tells you where to go to generate missions. Has the different classes and some of their abilities on the back here. This is kind of like a DM screen for a quick look back on stuff as well, it appears to be. And it seems to be like the order of play. Okay. Again, we're not going to be reviewing because how can I review something? A, I haven't played it. B, I haven't sat down for like 2 weeks and read in depth on how everything works, which is kind of what I want. I'd like to have a week or two of looking over things several times. I'll have a quick look through on something, then I'll have, and if I can, I'll try and get at least a few games in. Then I will also, during that time, read through the book again more times, a more in-depth version, and then go through the whole process of everything, and then I'd try and play a game or two if I can, or a few games. Again, if something has solo inbuilt rules, it makes it just easier to understand for me. I doesn't like to use my own solo rules. Okay, it's a double-sided map. There we go. Yeah, so it is sort of based on Mork Borg, so it is embrace the art. And actually, this poster is thick. It feels great. It's actually one of the best posters I have ever felt. It almost doesn't even feel like paper. Damn. So okay, I can see where this is. So this is where this. Yes, I'm changing my accent. So, so obviously this is the player side. It appears to be. So, and you can see the little spots here, the little marked. These are where we're going to put in your stickers, if you want to use your stickers, of course. And this is sort of like the name for areas. Which way does this go? Well, this way. So yeah. So again, this is a quick look over the actual contents of this. And here's the book. The book, again, I think it's 128 pages. I think it looks great. I knew it was going to look like this. The art here, it's actually embossed on the front here. All this writing is embossed. Yeah. And here, Redux on the gun is embossed as well. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Farewell to Arms Redux. A World War Mork Borg sequel hack. And we open up, and what's the first thing we see? Tables. Initiative order, or initiative, head to initiative, tests. It's going to give you, everything seems to be DR12, crits, rolling a natural 20. You may roll, basically you roll the attack twice. Fumbles, roll a 1, and it gives you a D4. Lose all your ammo, oh my god. Weapon jams and becomes unusual until an action has been taken to fix it. You're on a tree, weapon misfires, breaks. It can only be repaired after the battle. Damn. No wonder you're gonna die a lot. It's like Mork Borg with guns. So yeah, we're just gonna have a flip through this. How's the stitching on this? Is that saddle stitch? I don't even know what half these terms mean. When people say saddle stitch, just like some sort of fabric in there, and it's not just the bookmark. I always find it funny when people go on about stitching and how it's put together. Everyone's had books that's supposed to be superior stitching or put together methods, and they fall apart in 6 months. And people have like simple glue books that they've used for 20 years. So again, one thing I do like just from looking at this straight away is the words are very readable. If that might be too bright with the, it's actually worse for me, but I think it looks better on camera. Again, this is a flip through. We're not going to be reading anything really. Again, the writing stands out really well. Let's see if we can get on camera. Yeah, I think that looks better. Yeah. It talks about some of the areas. So yeah, I'll be really interested to sort of get into this more. Again, this came, actually, I don't even think I've said this. So this arrived about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago now. I literally didn't open it, as you saw. I didn't have time. But yeah, this looks, it's well put together, I think. Yeah, the paper quality feels great. Anyone who's got any Mork Borg books that are like halfway decent quality, the paper is always like, you can hear it. Let's see if you can hear it. Yeah. It's always quite, oh wow. So it appears to be some sort of cultist looking guy. Awesome looking art there. And here are what I believe are our characters. Yes, I believe this is our characters. Yeah. So we have, what is it? Grizzled Veteran, Expendable Zapper, Recluse Marksman. What's a good thing's recluse, isn't it? Homesick Rifleman, That's Principally Cursed Chaplain, I think. Yeah, this is one of the criticisms I think everyone has had who's used or got any kind of Mork Borg game is it looks great. The readability on some of them are great. Like for the most part, it's very easy to read. I mean, when you start getting into weird lettering, sometimes I don't know, it might just be me. But you have more stuff on the side here, which it is a good way to use up space, especially when you have these smaller booklets, not booklets but books. But they can be very, a bit of a pain. But most of these are very well laid out. I think this is the only one I've had a problem with in terms of the actual classes, and pretty much all the other stuff in the book. Yeah. It's just, it might also be me. So we have Arcane Medic, Altered Mercenary, that's another one I don't know. Radiant Bannerman, Joan of Arc type character, New World Engineer, lots of darts and bombs and missiles and type stuff going on there. But yeah, like I was talking about earlier about the resource that I believe you can spend. I think it's called Slag. And part of the missions part of the idea of some of the missions is you need to collect slag. And obviously, again, we have our 4 books, campaign books. Obviously, they're each doing something different. I'm sure we can fairly easily make our own stuff or take stuff from other Mork Borg games or related material and transfer it over. Looking at like the stats and stuff, I think. Let me look at a different one. Yeah, the stats are just the simple. Forbidden Palms is a game that's based on Mork Borg rules. A lot of people were comparing, I know, Forbidden Palms to this, or Psalms. Keep saying Palms to Psalms. Forbidden Psalms to this. I think it's just because it's the theme. Because Forbidden Psalms is basically a Weird War 1 type game. Using the Mork Borg type rules with miniatures, and it's called The Last War, the first one. But yeah, he's created a load of them. The creator, I have pretty much all of them. I think I'm missing one, but I'm not sure. So if you just want to have a look at that, I can like go over in detail and explain how things work. So you can let me know in the comments if you'd like some sort of skirmish war game stuff as well as general RPGs. Omens, War Scrolls, Pew pew pew. Got our shooties. We all like a good shooty. Getting ammo. Again, I'm actually really impressed with how this book feels. Like even the cardboard on it here for the front and back, it's very thick. We have our armor. The cover explains how cover works. Again, very simple. Grab your shit. D6 things to carry your shit. Nothing, a bandolier, side satchel, ratty old haversack, meal pack, or pack meal. So this is shock, like shell shock, or as we know it as PTSD. Nicknames, 100 nicknames. The last one's Borg, Roach Borg. The Book of the Threefold Law. Book of Threefold Law. Initiative, engaging enemy, how combat works essentially means catching your breath. You're gonna have morale as well, okay. That makes sense. Diplomacy phase, okay. In the middle of a mission, okay. Maybe you can try and, I haven't a clue how this would work or what you do. Maybe you can try and convince like guys on the other side who you're fighting against to not kill you. Okay, that's interesting. This type of game would require me to read actually more, even though there is less rules. Just because sometimes the layouts, even when this is fairly well laid out, but usually they're not as well laid out, and it kind of just puts me off. Not puts me off the game, puts me off from like getting into a good flow. But this one seems to be better laid out than other ones. Okay, so after every mission, roll morale. If successful, the recruit stays. Specialties can only be used once per day. Okay. You can get recruits. I think one of these guys is like a recruit. I like the photo of the army man. Gas. Table below, if you're cutting the gas, blah blah. A D8. On 1 you're immune. Oh wow. Drowned lungs. If you're ever gas again, you become gas. Becoming gas, your body ascends from its solid state. Get weird with it. Okay. You sort of leave it up to the DM how to do that. Interesting. No Man's Land. No Man's Land table. Vision navigation. Create enemy squads, creating enemies. How they're made up, each squad. Enemy squads, more here. Heavy machinery. Yeah, there is quite a bit. And then faction. I always say fraction. Silly me, it's a faction. And missions explained. So, missions. Which there's a couple in the book already. So it's presumably if you were buying this normally, you were just going to be getting this book. Obviously this is the complete package. So it has the 4 campaign books, and we have the tables here. More tables. Tables are good. I like tables. And the tables help, I think. They're going to help. Yeah. There's one thing about these games. They never have like go to this page to find this. This kind of seems to have them. They're just calling them, yeah, just it's called contents and tables. So yeah, but the quality of this is great. It feels good. It looks great as well, in my opinion. The blue is a nice contrast. Because I used the yellow and I think some reds, a lot of Mork Borg adjacent stuff. Yeah, so this one actually looks, yeah, so these seem to be very light. So that was one of the enemies as well, faction leaders. These ones are much lighter paper. The front page is basically like good quality cardstock, and the inside it's very thin. And each one of these is a mission. To tame a land. Dogma over heresy. Do not go gently. Gore in the door. Gore in the gore. Down we go. Crosses to bear. Ambassador chase. Pearls and swine. Each mission is outlined with mission briefing, objectives, twists that can happen, and as you advance, these are the areas you're going to advance to and the actions which can happen, and then it's going to have the aftermath. So I don't actually know how long it could take to play out. And again, the bigger your group, the longer it's going to take, because you have more people to do things, and then the DM, GM, whatever you want to call it, is going to have to create a load of stuff as well. If I was playing this if I was GMing this, I would create a shit ton of stuff beforehand, and because basically it gives you the advice you can create anything you want, or you can use basically the classes that are in the book here to use. So you're basically fighting classes. So you're basically fighting other player characters essentially, but the GM's controlling them. Yeah. About 32 pages each of these, I think it seems to be. Yeah, 32 and 32. So yeah, I'm actually pretty happy with this. Again, I'd need to read that a load of times to get through my head what things are, how they work, maybe play a solo once or twice to get a basic understanding of gameplay. But yeah, I'm pretty happy. I kind of forgot about it, and then I remember getting the email saying, oh, it's been shipped. I was like, oh, sugar. Forgot about that. So I actually need to download the PDFs, because again, I haven't bloody touched anything. So yeah, guys, that's our little first ever unboxing. Yeah, so I will be doing more unboxings and look at again in the future. So yeah, that is Farewell to Arms Redux, a Mork Borg Hack, as they called it. Yeah. So, if you guys are interested in me looking at other types of games, you can let me know in the comments, and if I can get a hold of it, I'll get a hold of it. If you want me to look at some like skirmish games that I have, I can do that. I wouldn't mind doing it. If you'd be interested in that, that'd be great. I can do that eventually. It might take a while because I have a lot of stuff to go through. And again, if there's anything particularly you want me to look at, it can be shadowdark, non-shadowdark related stuff. Obviously, I just like shadowdark, so that's why I cover it the most. Yeah. Maybe sometime I'll take out a load of books that I have of games and game systems that I like. Maybe just have a look through. Stuff I'd recommend. I might do something like that in the future. But yeah, guys, that's going to be it. Just quick, or I think it's going to be quick, I haven't a clue. I'm not keeping on time, but but yeah, that's going to be it. Our first ever unboxing. Again, I will leave where you can find this in the comment section below and in the description. It's not going to be in DriveThru. I think it's on their own website, Rivet Head Games. It's going to be on their website. Yeah. So remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe. If you want me to cover anything in particular, let me know in the comments, and if I'm able to, I'll get around to it at some stage. Thanks all again.